You can get more from the Football Pod, of course, from the three lads. Now, Jenny Claffey, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah,
The Underdogs is over. It's been a roller coaster, it's fair to say.
absolutely roller coaster ride.
Go on.
No, it's been a long 6 months.
6 months?
Yeah, 6 months filming.
Right, great.
I think if you had asked me at the start of it, would I have taken on this challenge? I'm not sure, because now we have a 4-month-old baby at home that I can now. My wife was like,
You did know that
here's your daughter.
You did know that was going to happen, though. In fairness, that was well signposted.
Yeah, fair. That was well planned. So it's been a wild ride, but it was a good one and full of lots of highs and lows. But it's bittersweet. But I'm glad now that it's finished.
More dramatic than I'm a Celebrity is what the word in the street is. The most dramatic reality TV moment of the year.
Yeah, the X Factor was really the shock of the selections and whatnot on the last day of the show. I know it was good. It was a good experience.
So we should explain to people, you should have been in the team, but you weren't in the team. Is this a fair summation? Am I?
You got to give the people what they want, No, it was a bit of a shock selection that I wasn't in that starting 11. I think to me, but I think to a lot of other people as well. Maybe people watching and my teammates or whatnot. But the selectors made their decisions, and I wasn't happy with them. But
did they explain the decisions?
No, so we didn't actually ever find out why, and I decided not to ask them on match day, just because I didn't want to disrupt any chance of actually getting on the pitch. So I didn't ask, and then I didn't get the chance to afterwards.
So we heard that it was because they wanted some fire in the belly coming off the bench in the second half.
How did you hear that?
Well, we have sources. I mean, so you can't ask a journalist.
I did. I heard that yesterday. I was like, really?
So.
I was like, if you know Jenny Claffey, the fire is always burning in this belly. So I don't generally need any encouragement or motivation. I did hear that though, and I was a bit surprised, because I thought that anyway throughout the course of the 6 months I'd done enough and proven myself. Like, I'm not the most technical footballer, but coming up against Galway, I don't think that was the most important thing to have. I thought physicality and strength and being able to hold up the ball and whatnot was, and I thought I had that. So I was really disappointed, to be honest, not starting on the starting 11.
Did it turn the fire in the belly into like a blazing inferno, though, is the question?
Well, I certainly live by the tell me I can't and I'll show you I can principle. So, and I think I did that on Saturday when I came on the second half. I put on the best of my ability that I could, given the situation, and I fought for everything, and I think I gave a good account to myself. But
so you were first brought on, and you were wearing number 12. Is that any consolation?
Well, I did see that in the dressing room, and I was wondering, does that mean I'm the first sub? Does that mean that? Can anybody confirm that or not?
I mean, it's a very old school way of doing things.
But the subs were kind of lined up in 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
They came on.
That was probably a bit of a red flag.
Maybe I should have, yeah. But then I thought, I was like, I was wondering, will that person come on before that person? Or anyway, so kind of created a bit of confusion, I think, amongst a few of the subs. But thankfully I got on first.
Was the decision really about making a TV moment? Like, you guys are all giving your best to try and get on the team, but the TV producers are making a TV show, and having a bit of conflict in the final episode before the live match is good for ratings, good for the story, it's good for narrative. You just happen to be on the other side of it.
Yeah, at the time there was a feeling that maybe that's what it was, like, because you didn't get an explanation. There was you kind of, obviously when you don't know the reason, you start speculating, and that's always dangerous. But there was definitely chat amongst the teammates that this might have been a TV decision. But I asked that on Saturday, and that was quashed. But I don't think anyone's going to give you the real answer there. But maybe it was just down to football, but I just still find that hard to believe.
It's a happy coincidence. It's like the faces of the people that Jedward would constantly beat on a week-to-week basis on X Factor.
Exactly.
These people who could have far better careers. No offence to Jedward, obviously. Maybe Wagner is a better example here. With the people that Wagner would beat, who was terrible, and then all these people who are really good singers would be heartbroken. You were just falling victim to the Wagners of the football world.
Well, in no disrespect to Mary Kate, who played in that left wing position, it's no disrespect to do with her. But being the Wagner in this situation,
Started digging there.
But as I said, being the Wagner, I did feel, I should have beaten the rest.
We got to work on your sad story. That's sad enough. Did you tell them that you beat Ans Jabeur?
No, I think you've told them enough though. No, I didn't go into the depth of my story. Yeah. That was pretty heartbreaking, But I didn't want to, I felt like other people had, maybe more sad stories, so I didn't want to go into mine. I also didn't feel like it was the right time or place to be sharing my, just as personally, my feel on that, my deepest, darkest secrets.
I know, but the number 11 jersey appears and then you're like, thank God I shared that.
Well, if only I had just told them a bit more about darkness, I could have got that number 11. Should have told me that before.
So, notwithstanding the fact... No, so the team gets beaten 1-0. Is that the final score?
Yeah. So it was 1-0, conceded in the 76th minute, which was heartbreaking. It was a super finish, but we just didn't close down that player. But I mean, at that stage, the pressure was coming for the whole match, And in the second half, though, we did have our chances. We had 2 free kicks that hit the crossbar, and one that hit off the crossbar and then fell to our centre back, but it hit her really awkwardly because you didn't see it coming, right in front of the goal. I mean, a metre out from the goal. But given it any other situation, you would have scored.
Right.
So it was a bit of a wounder.
Were you conscious of playing in a match that was on live on TV? Did that enter your mind?
No, not at all. And they were kind of hyping it up, but then at the same time saying, look, just enjoy the occasion, try not to get overcome by the whole occasion and the TV and the lights and the opposition and whatnot. But I was just so raring to go. That fire was in my belly, so it didn't matter who we were playing or where we were playing. I didn't notice at all. The only thing was in my mind was like, this is so cool, my family are in the stands, because they rarely ever come to watch, so it was lovely to have them there, and have their support, and I could hear them like screaming my name when I was on the ball, so that was really cool.
Notwithstanding the fact you didn't get picked to start the game, the experience on balance in its totality seems to have been really life affirming.
Yeah, but it was a fantastic experience. I went into it looking for a challenge and as a way to see and also prove to myself, like, am I good enough to get into this team? Which I felt I was good enough to be in that starting 11. And, I guess if I had have started in that 11, it would have been the icing on the cake, and that would have kind of given me that, box tick in my own mind that was my place affirmed and I had achieved what I set out to do. So part of that disappointment was that I didn't get into start 11, because the whole reason I signed up to the thing was because I wanted to be playing. I wanted my name. I wanted that 11 jersey. But all the same, when I went out there on Saturday, I did get from the match what I wanted. I felt like I put a good count to myself.
You wouldn't have been happy. There's no way you would just like, okay, I'm finished now, I can totally retire. This competitive fire has been awoken, and now it's like, it's ablaze. Exactly? What is next?
As I was kind of in the run up to the match during the week, I was like, oh, I'm looking forward to this game. I can't wait. I also can't wait for it to be over and just get get a bit more time back and whatnot. And then my wife was just looking at me and she was like, what's the next thing you're going to be signing up to in January?
Everest.
And I was like, damn it, I just can't help it. Like there just has to be something. Even when we finished, I was like, what challenge will I do for December? I need to do something. I need to always have something to work towards. And
Ireland's first curling team. Yeah.
One of my teammates said, like, what's the next pretend sport you're going to play for Ireland?
Come here, at half time, how quickly were you told that you're coming on?
So in the first half, they were saying to the subs, like, to keep warm. Yeah. And then at about 40 minutes, they said, you're coming on, so start warming up. And then they're coming on after half time. So, that was kind of a strange one. I've never come on just at the halfway point, so I wasn't sure about the warm-ups and whatnot. Do I stay out? Do I go in? Anyway, so my warm-up probably wasn't as ideal as it could have been. It was freezing on Saturday night as well, but that didn't stop me. Once I got out there, it was just all guns blazing.
Genuinely, what is top of the bucket list in terms of pursuits or anything you want to achieve next?
I don't have a set bucket list per se. It's almost like as challenges come along, I'm like, oh yeah, I might try that. I signed up to the marathon, but that's not really a challenge. We run a marathon tomorrow, just with stubbornness. So there needs to be something bigger than that,
Adrian Barry's been banging on about doing the marathon, and it's like it's a 2-year build up to do it, and it's like every little bit is like, whatever, I can do it tomorrow.
You could totally physically my body might fall apart, but mentally I could run a marathon. So it's like that's probably not big enough. It has to be big enough to scare me, and that's the thing about the football. I've only been playing for the 2.5 years, and it's like this is something I shouldn't really be getting onto the Underdogs team, but with stubbornness, I will make sure I can do those things. And yeah, that scared me enough because I knew I wasn't really good enough, but I'd made sure I was good enough, if that makes sense.
Big enough to scare you?
Eh? Just pardon?
Big enough to scare you?
Yeah, you're not, but yeah.
What about paddle?
Is that big enough to scare me?
We're getting in the comments every so often when's this paddle match happening. Ger wants to play.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this now for.
Well, he's been talking about it. I've only started talking about it. Let's just do it because
Okay.
I'm a doer.
I
was
put a
actually
date out there.
waiting
He's an
to do
ideas
it,
man.
And he pulled out. So did Adrian. So we couldn't play. Let's play
So in the new year, or
I'm ready. Let's go.
whenever you like.
I still need to know the teams though, because I'm not sure of what I'm signing up for.
Me and you against Jar and Adrian.
Well, you with the like world class tennis player against the two outlads. That doesn't seem fair.
That'd be good content.
Can we do
Seeing how you
singles?
can work together.
No, it's
It's only doubles.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He's getting away lightly though if he's playing with me.
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be great.
Okay, Jenny, good stuff. Thanks very much,
Thank you guys.
and congratulations. It is to make the team is great, and you did make the team. You come off the bench.
Number 12.
All right, we're turning back to football. I'm delighted to say Paul